what level of difficulty, or at what point should it become a red flag to you that this is actually not healthy for me? Like, where you suppose, you're trying or you're communicating, and your needs are just not being met. What's the red flag that needs to go up in your head?
Well, first, let's kind of start just by saying in a relationship, there's always going to be a certain amount of give and take in a relationship. But in a healthy marriage, that will balance out. Sometimes ultimately you want to collaborate and do something that's, we both totally agree on. This is working for both of us. And sometimes it's going to be some give and take. And the healthy attitude is we're both willing to look after each other's needs. And so it's a bit like flying a plane. It's called the attitude, the position of the wings. So if you have a healthy attitude, if you're flying the plane properly, it's going to go back and forth, but it's going to be level. If the attitude is a bit off, if one spouse is always demanding their needs are being met and neglect the other spouse's needs, then the attitude is unbalanced, and it's like the plane would crash if that would happen. So if you're in a relationship that you feel like your essential needs are being ignored and unmet, that's very unhealthy, and you probably need to find some ways to be able to express that constructively. Sometimes if those patterns are very ingrained, sometimes family counseling can help that, can get the other person to understand. But it is unhealthy, and it can actually be abusive if your important needs are not met in a relationship.
So if you're seeing lots of complaining, lots of defensiveness, if you're seeing that stonewalling where the other person doesn't want to deal with it, and if this is turning into having a little bit of contempt towards each other, those are super big red flags. And you want to try to catch those at their first emergence. If, however, you've kind of been letting it slide, and most couples wait 6 years before they look for help when they're having difficulties. I would definitely recommend you, get yourself some skills if any of those red flags are starting to pop up into your relationship, that, complaining, that stonewalling, that defensiveness, and especially any kind of feelings of contempt. Just think, okay, I got to respond better in these situations so the conversation and it doesn't start going downhill. So either get some skills to overcome them somehow or other, or, go to some counseling or get some help from somebody, because if you don't do something, you're going to end up in a really difficult situation.
Mm.